पहला हिस्सा कश्मीरी वॉइसेस का था और दूसरा हिस्सा हमारा एक कल्चरल इवेंट है जो हमारा पहाड़ी कश्मीर का जो पहाड़ी कल्चर है, पहाड़ी म्यूजिक है, हम उस पर प्रोग्राम करना चाह रहे थे. काफ़ी ऑथर ऑफ पहाड़ी शॉर्ट स्टोरीज एंड नॉवेल्स, MA ethnicity and racism, postgraduate diploma in management studies. Topic of talk is writing in Pahari language. Please welcome Mr. Rochdale.
Thank you. I'll try to be short. I can't stand between you and refreshment. When I was invited, I didn't know what was on the agenda in place. I've just made some notes. Everyone has a story. And this is an absolutely wonderful work that I am witnessing. Now, like they say, every rock has a devi or a Buddha in it. It needs an artist to discover it. Yeah? Every person has a story. When I'm looking at that list, it really pleased me and heartened me to see not only stories, but it's achievers' stories. I would have liked some ordinary stories as well. Ordinary textile workers, people who worked in wet soil, people who wiped the floors, and those stories are missing. I think those stories are important. Now this comes to what Shaman Sahib said earlier on. Yes, they used to try and write in Pahari, and we were not aware of cultural academy or anything else going on in the world due to lack of communication. They thought they were the groundbreakers, which they were in Britain. Well, I said we were in Britain. I only used to go there because they were only my friends, and when they got together, I felt very lonely. So I used to go for social reasons. And most of them are either born here or urban middle class, studied in Karachi or Meerpur or something. They knew nothing about grass blades, they knew nothing about village life, agrarian life. So when they were writing, I said, no, this is not right. This is not how you do it. This is not how you milk a cow. They were like, this is not how you cow goat. So they said, well, why don't you write? And I thought, I can't write. And I tried before, Urdu, I didn't go to school, and I don't know how old I am. People still don't. You know, like, around the Pahari area, if he was a boy, the drums were beaten and the time were given, and if he was a girl, they prayed, oh Allah Ta'ala, Kisma da Chikare. And that was what I did. I don't know wow. I could be 85. I should be. Anyway, when I started thinking and writing, when I wrote something in Urdu, I found it difficult. And I always consulted somebody. When I wrote in English, I could write, but I always translated. Then it took me back to my memory lane. I thought, well, we used to live in a village, we had no electricity, days were very short in winter, nights were very long, you could sleep for 16 hours. And anyway, they did a lot of work at night. You know, like make yarn, charkha, and all this stuff. And during that, when I was a child, by the fire, my grandmother, my mother, my granddad used to tell stories. We had a very old tradition of storytelling. I said, well, there were stories, and I liked those stories. They were not in English. They were not in any other language. So, when I wrote in Pahari, I didn't have to translate. It came from here. Then I understood the meaning, and I wrote. And I must admit that I am the only, and somebody spoke about ceasefire line and this and that. I think I am the only writer from this side, so-called Adalat Pakistani administered Kashmir, that has the privilege of having my works published in 2030, I started, there was an Adalat, I started number from Srinagar Cultural Academy. So for me, that was a massive achievement. One more point, I won't keep you long. Somebody talked about identity, and we have the identity crisis. There's no two ways about it. We ask, at one level, we are Fariyas, we are Kashiris, we are Gilgitis, we are Baltis. But the common denominator is 1927 state subject. We are state people, like Islamic Republic of Pakistan. People call it Pakistan, or India's got a big name. Every country has a big name. But we have Jammu Kashmir, it's Kashmiri. Kashmiri. We are all Kashmiri by identity. And because I write, they were doing they called CBM, confidence building measures. And all the writers were invited from both sides. And I was contacted by Srinagar, by Jammu, by Delhi to tell them who writes, who are the writers. So I gave them a big list. Every writer got invited. My visa got rejected. I facilitated. My visa got rejected. You know why? They say there are no Kashmiris living abroad. This is only for Kashmir. You're a good writer, but we can't give you a visa because this is for Kashmir. And this is what's happened to us. We came here as Kashmiris, and we have become Muslims, Asians, Black, Pakistanis, Indians, Arabs, even God knows what, but we're not Kashmiris. And now this brings us back, and we should all get together and reclaim our heritage. And I'll tell you about what's happening to us, and I hope I'm not taking you long. I went to Lund University and Uppsala University in Sweden. I met some Uyghur friends. What I was trying to do was, I was trying to register Kashmiri pen and international, and then I went to have discussion with Uyghur pen. They're very dominant in writing pen in the world. And there I found very, very old books. Very old books published in Srinagar. And I said to them, Uyghurs, I said, how come you publish them in Srinagar? They said, in all of Central Asia, in our region, Srinagar was cultural hub. And Srinagar had publishing facilities that we didn't. Even, like Sons of China and all this stuff. Then once I went to Tajikistan, and I went to the Dushanbe University, and I saw a very old books there, and they were published in Srinagar. And look what Srinagar is reduced to now. Now, what I'm saying is, culturally and linguistically, and in the whole region, geographically and demographically, Valley is the heart of the state. But what good is the heart without the body? Now, because Gojri, Pahari, Dogri, Brashishki, Sina, Batarwai, all of them are under attack. All of them are phasing out. And once they phase out, do you think Kashmir will survive? It will not. Therefore, the mind, the heart, the body has to work together. And we, as a unit, have to fight for our survival. That is my message.